Hey y'all, it's Fat Jen. I'm back with another review, and today we're going to be talking about Mehron foundation, and this is a theatrical makeup. So this is meant, or at least it started off in the theatrical field, like performance on the camera, so on and so forth. And they do have two series of foundations. They have one that's geared more towards body paint, has more colors, things of that nature, and the other one that I'm going to be talking about, which is the HD one, it's more geared towards skin tones. It's all skin tones, realistic skin tones, so on and so forth. It also has a lot of healthy ingredients in it, like a lot of antioxidants that's also good for the skin. So while you're putting it on your skin, it's also doing good things for your skin. It's creamy, it's lightweight, and it's like a cream to powder type finish. It is not 100% matte, like a dry looking matte, but it is a semi-matte finish, and it's like a satiny finish, and it looks like skin, which is what you want your skin to look like. You want to have a semi-matte instead of 100% matte, because then your skin looks dry. I brought 5 because I didn't know my color. The color range is not as ginormous, or it's not as big as the Graftobian. Graftobian has so many colors, and that you're bound to find your right color, or at least 2 that you can mix together to make your perfect or ideal shade. And they're 0.9 ounces, which is fantastic because Graftobian is 0.5. They're very they're very pigmented. I consider this more on the full cover side, but it can be sheared down to medium, if not even a little less, because a little bit goes a long way. I've used this for about a month, if not 2 months, and I'm loving it. It's a thumbs up. It was about $10 each. It can be more or less depending on where you go and get it. If you go on eBay or if you go to a theatrical store, about the $10 to $13 range. And I do plan to get some more. Definitely going to be a repurchase, but I do want to try the stick formulation to see if I can find more of my closer match. But I did find close enough to a match where I can work with it. On my face right now, it's all Mehron. I didn't use any other foundation. I used some concealer, but this is all Mehron. The first time I used it, I didn't need concealer, and that's optional. I did not have to put on concealer. I could have just went back in places and covered it up with the Mehron, but I wanted to use concealer. But yes, all on my face is Mehron. I used 3 shades. I will talk about I used to highlight my brighter areas underneath my eyes and my T-zone, right here on my chin, a little right here. I used the color medium D4. I use this color, and they do have charts to help you kind of understand what group you're in. This is obviously too light for me, and don't be deceived by what's in the pan. This one actually shows you what it looks like in the pan, but the other ones don't look like they look in the pan when you swatch them on your skin. And I will have swatches while I'm talking to you about this in daylight. I'll also show you the swatches in daylight as well as the pan in daylight as I'm talking, as I'm going through this. So the closest shade for me is dark 2, and this is what it looks like. Okay, dark 1's a little too light, but dark 2 is pretty much ideal. It goes on dark, but when it warms up on the skin, it looks like my skin tone, pretty close. And for my contour, I use dark 3. And I use that on my outer perimeter. It's really light. It reminds me of the Black Opal and Beautiful Bronze, but it's not as dark as the Beautiful Bronze, so it gives a more softer, more natural, gentler contour. I still like the Beautiful Bronze. That's really something that I like to use, but my skin reacts to that if I use it too much, and I have to really over exfoliate, clean my skin, and go through certain steps in order for it my pores not to get clogged by the product. Even though I love Black Opal, I still use it. I just hate going through the extra steps to remove the product from my skin. And then I brought dark 4, which can also be used for contour. Don't like how it looks on my skin. I like the way the dark 3 has more red in it. This one's definitely more of a dark neutral brown color. You'll see that when I swatch it. but I really highly recommend it. $10 for 0.9 ounces, highly pigmented, full coverage, can be sheared down to a medium, good for the skin, good for sensitive skin according to my research. What I've done, research it yourself, but if you have sensitive skin, a lot of people who have used this product have not had bad reactions to this. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It feels light. It doesn't feel oily. It, like I said, it goes from a cream to a powder finish. Easily blendable. Does not melt off in the summertime. I'm in Texas in 90 to 100 degree weather. Did not melt, did not move. I do set this. It is emollient in the pan, but it is a powdery type finish on the face. So you might not need to set this, but I set it anyway because I tend to get a little oily right here, especially in the sun. But even without setting it, I think the first time I tried it, I didn't set it, and it was just wonderful. It stayed in place. It didn't move. But that's up to you. That's personal preference. But I like to set my foundation. Wonderful. Lasts for a long time. Doesn't break down. I've had it on for close to 12 hours at one point. It didn't break down. You could see some oils coming through because at the time I didn't use a mattifying primer, and I did use a lotion with SPF. If you use a face lotion with SPF and you have oily skin, that's going to tend to make the oil come through even more. Something about that SPF does that. It might not do that to everybody's skin, but kind of test it out. If you have a lotion with SPF and you have combo skin or oily skin, that it might tend to make the oil more come through a little bit more, just to kind of put that out there. So yeah, that's the Mehron HD foundation, or let's see, the Celebre Pro HD foundation. I love it. I highly recommend it. I will have links posted down below to where you can purchase it at. Amazon links, eBay links, and other links to other independent business websites that you can readily get it at that are credible. I won't ever give you a link that's not credible. If it isn't credible, let me know. But I usually put up links that I trust, that I know that are going to be good, or that I have shopped from. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.